yeah, not everything is right. And that's another thing. Like if a ball goes like in the it just disappears, like it comes lost, or just like not it just doesn't go to the place where I want it to go to. I accept that, and I accept that it wasn't right, or maybe a bit more of a challenge, but that's something that I'm gonna accept and I'm gonna face. And you guys should, I'm talking for you guys, it's like if you got these challenges and you're just like, I'm going to accept this, I'm going to face this because this is obviously put in front of me so I can, um, I can deal with it and gain that little bit of confidence, it's great. It's great. Leveling up. Hey guys, welcome to the Crystalline Podcast, a podcast all about self worth and achievement and being crystal clear on your own potential. My name's Summer Clark, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about self doubt. Now, in like, just like where to start, because I know this is a really heavy subject and everyone goes through it, everyone at some point in their lives, everyone has experienced it. And this is really, really dreadful. It is the freaking wall. It's like that wall in Game of Thrones. And on the other side is everything that you're worthy of, everything that you're capable of. But it's such a limiter. It really gets in the way. And we all experience it in different forms, different ways. And we're going to discuss that a little bit. I'm going to be reading from a website and I will leave it down below for you guys. It's from Berkeley Wellbeing, and everything they said was like resonating with because it was just so, yeah, it was just so on point, Auntie. And I'm not going to read everything for you guys, just a little bit. So I'm just going to leave it down there for you guys if you want to know. And we're also going to be talking about like how I've self-doubted and how I overcame it, which I think is such a milestone because it's like, you know, if you feel like you can't do it, it's like you can. It's just like because I have been for it. So I'm not leading on to that, but it's like it's it's possible because I've done it, so I know that you can do it. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading from Berkeley Wellbeing. I'm gonna only gonna read like a quarter of what what. So much emphasis on the H. Right, so I'm only gonna be reading a little bit of it. So, of course, we're going to talk about what is self doubt. So, self doubt can be defined as a state of uncertainty about the truth of anything. And that's from Braslow's, I can't even say it. Braslow's Gretikitsu. You guys are going to have to read this, but top scientists in this field in 2012, they said, it could be about thoughts, beliefs, emotions, opinions, decisions, self views, or any truth that we hold in our minds. So it can be, like I said, on different levels. And it just depends on you and where you're at. And, you've got to recognize which one of these, it's always accepting is the first step. It's like, okay, and recognizing, okay, so it's my thoughts that are holding me back. Okay, so I've now recognized that, now found the problem. What's the solution? What's the solution for me? How am I going to get from A to B? How am I going to build a bridge over the whole of self doubt? you know, it's different for everyone, and we've got to find our own, like, way to do that. And it's not impossible. And sometimes the answers are right in front of us. They're so like in front of us that we haven't even noticed. So look out for signs. It's always a really great place to start. So we have a sense that we are not stable. However, researchers further suggest that self-doubt specifically involves questioning our own self-competence. Yeah. Yeah. So that's from the same people again. And yeah. Yeah, I can relate. So self-confidence. The idea, and for me, I'll discuss it later, and how you can develop your own self-confidence competence is by like trying and challenging yourself. And I'll tell you my story a bit later. We're gonna get onto that. But that's a really great way to start, even if it's like small, like self-confidence. I don't know. Have you ever been a kid where you're like, right, I'm gonna jump to that spot, or even run? If you guys are runners, like, okay, I'm gonna run to that lamppost. I'm gonna make it. And when you do, you're like, yes, I've done it. Or when you're a kid, you're like, right, I'm gonna jump and touch that tree branch or something. It's like, yeah. And when you do it, you just like, yes, my self-worth is amazing. I am amazing because I can do this little thing. Try things like that. Not specifically like that, but you know, if there's something, it's just like start setting like mini people like mini like little goals for yourself. Um just try it. Try setting up these like little mini things for yourself. Like, okay, so today I'm gonna do some yoga. I don't know. And then you do it and you're like, yes. Or today I'm gonna read a chapter of this book, and you do it. And you do it. And just start small and start with putting like these little, goals, these little achievements in your head. And then, as long as they're healthy and they're good, you can start like, you know, putting a little bit, not a lot of your self-worth on it, but a little bit like, yeah, I got a little bit of confidence here. I've got like a little bit of this and that. But I was about to say something important then. Something so important. I completely forgot. Oh my god. But don't. Nope, it's gone. Lol. So what does it mean to be full of self-doubt? Me? No. So people who have a lot of self-doubts are are thought wow are thought to have a lot of variation in their judgment of their own abilities. Yeah, so confidence, trust in your abilities, set up these little goals, so I'm capable of touching that tree branch. So okay, so if I can do that, what else can I do? I'm capable of running a mile. Okay, I could do that. What else can I do? Like constantly question yourself, what's next? So do these like little steps and say, okay, so I can jump, you know, from where I'm standing to that spot over there, like on the curb. Say, okay, I can do that. What else can I do next? And start small. Like it depends where you're at. Okay, just don't. I mean, stay in your comfort zone until you're ready to get out of it. But what's important is that you do get out of it, and then you realize that you do have like all these things that you want are completely available to you. You just have to find it. At sometimes they may expect poor performance, and at other times they may expect excellent performance. Yeah, a bit of a seesaw about that. So maybe it's, yeah, not know the judgment and never. Yeah, I get it. So they cannot confidently state their level of competence and may be uncertain about their ability to cause the desired outcome. By the same people. I mean, if you do feel like that, there's no harm in trying, and you should not punish yourself for trying because trying is a really good thing. Trying is probably the best thing that you can do because then you'll know your limits on things. Okay, we can't do everything. We're not here to do everything. We're not born to do everything. People have got their own talents that they can do, and you've got yours. You just need to find it and find out what you're good at, and you can do that by little steps. So, what confidence being But yeah, trying, if something doesn't go well, that's fine. Maybe that's not right for you. Maybe that's not right for you right now, but maybe one day it will be. Because you never know. I've done stuff in the past where I was like, this isn't right for me. And now it's like I do them and it's like, actually, I'm okay with doing this now. So maybe you're just not ready for the thing that you want to do, and it's okay because trust the timing in your life. But yeah, don't hold yourself to like these thoughts of like you're not worthy, you're not good enough just because you can't do one thing. That's okay. Not for you. Move on, find something that is right for you. And I promise that there's something so right for you out there. You just have to find it. And that's part of like experience in life and finding out what's right and what's wrong for you. Doesn't It's not the end of the world. I know people can't like just be like, yeah, you say that, but when it actually comes to the moment, it's like a whole other different um experience. That's that's fine because it really isn't the end of the world, and you just have to trust in that ability, at least just trust in that you can tell yourself it's okay if things don't work out. Maybe one day they will. Maybe one day they won't, but that's fine. There's so much diversity in life. You can find something else to do that you're good at. It's okay. And it's so stressful, trust me. I know. I've been there. Stress sucks. I didn't even realize I was stressed at one point in my life. So stressed. And then when I found what's right for me, that stress went away and I realized I was like, damn, that's really heavy. That stress is so heavy. It's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself and take little steps. Baby steps, fine. We were all like there. We were all like toddlers. We were all learning the world. I mean, if you can excuse yourself for that or not even notice, learning things or learning, your own native language and things like that. You didn't do all that at once, did you? You took time and it took years to do. Okay? I don't know why we're so hard on ourselves now when we're trying to learn a new ability or anything, some kind of competence in some area. We're all really hard on ourselves. So it's like, well, actually, we're all, learning. We're all babies once and we're all learning. We need to not be so hard on ourselves, okay? And I know we're holding a lot of people hold a lot of expectations for themselves from other people, but I'll tell you now, they don't matter. They are nothing to do with you. Funny as it sounds, nobody can tell you what's right or what's wrong for you, only you can. And if you're telling yourself right now whatever's wrong for you, that's just what you're telling yourself. And you do have I say power, you do have the ability right there, if you want to start with something, to change that, to change what you're telling yourself, to change these negative thoughts. That's a great place to start if you want to start with anything. Okay, so let's just decide where I was. So, what's the opposite of self doubt? So, the opposite of self doubt is having a clear certainty about one's competence. This person knows what to expect from their performance, whether to be good performance or bad performance or somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I mean, and this person has tried. They've understood their limits. They've gone out there. They've experienced the world. They've tried at what they're good at. They haven't listened to anyone. They've just, that's who they are, and they know that they're confident in their abilities. They've found out what they're good at. They've found out what they're bad at, and this person is perfectly balanced. It's a great, great place to be, and you can get there as well. Honestly, you can 100% get there because I know I did. So I'm just going to read one more. So the meaning of self-doubt. Self-doubt is thought to be different from self-efficiency. Self-efficiency involves our expectations of performing well in a given domain, rather self-doubt appears to involve thoughts or rumination about overall competence. So someone who's self-doubting may be very clear about who they are, but not very clear about the level of competence. Because their certainty and clarity are experiences that we humans generally strive for, self-doubt can be quite an uncomfortable experience. Okay, so what's your level of self-doubt? Little quiz. Let's go. Let's do it. So, more often or not, I feel unsure of my abilities. To do 1 to 10, do you agree or, strongly agree? No, 1 is strongly disagree, 10 is agree. Think about that, guys. Think about like more often than not, I feel unsure of my abilities. Do you strongly disagree being number 1 or strongly agree being number 10? And the highest score obviously suggests more self-doubt. Think about that. More often than not, I feel unsure of my abilities. Strongly disagree or strongly agree? I mean, I would say, oh damn. I would say for myself, I'm like a 9 to a 10, but then I'm thinking, what am I good at? Golf would be like for me, it's a big one. Probably 8, 9, 10 around there. So what's it for you guys? Like the other day, I tried to loom something, and I thought I could do it. I was like, yeah, I got this. I could do this. I can learn. I actually get really frustrated and I gave up. So, but that's fine. It's something that I can learn and try again. It's absolutely fine. But I was generally like, okay, why can't I? No, it's crochet. I was trying to crochet. And obviously I loom and like knit, obviously, because everyone knows that. But then I thought, well, actually, I couldn't do it. And I'm just like, this is really annoying me. But, that's fine. That's something I could put, on the shelf and try again later or you know, learn the background of it, like learn how to actually do it rather than follow a YouTube tutorial of like them doing it quickly. But I can actually take the time and learn and practice and do this properly. And that goes for you 100%. If you're unsure of your abilities in some area, fine. Maybe it's not right for you now, but you can take a step back and you can learn how to do it. Okay, nothing wrong with that. We're all at different levels. If you're feeling judged by someone and they're a cunt and don't listen to them because you can only, what is it? If you judge a fish by going up a tree, judge. Sorry, not Jude Law, judge. Okay, so if you can, what is it? If you judge a fish's ability, everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. Yeah, yeah, 100%. So, like, we all have different things that we're good at, okay? Just because we're not good at one thing and somebody is, no, you shouldn't judge yourself for that, okay? You're good at things that they're not good at, okay? So you always say, like, they say that dolphins are the smartest mammals on Earth, and it's like, well, yeah, but they're smart in their environment, and we're smart in our environment. People are think that we're the smartest people on Earth, but it's like, well, actually, our brains have developed differently in different areas, and we've adapted to our environment. Doesn't mean that we're not good enough in being who we are. So silly. So yeah, so when have I don't know, like when have I doubted myself? Obviously, like it's over like little things, but growing up was horrendous, but we're not gonna open that door for self-doubt. But I slowly started to overcome like all these things. I 100% trust in my instincts in like everything I do. And it's not like I woke up one day and was like, yeah, this is me now. It happens over time, and it will happen over time with you. I mean, just it's up to you to practice these habits of like positive thoughts and, just accepting things that you can't do, because that's fine. Because, like I said, you might be that fish. You can do other things. You can swim and blow bubbles, but you can't climb a tree, you know? So sometimes you're going to find a tree and we can't climb it and it sucks. But maybe you're just not ready to climb it. Maybe you don't have like, those the expertise. Sorry, expertise. What the hell? Expertise to climb that tree yet. That's fine. Just accept it. It's fine and move on, because there's something else waiting out there for you that you can do. Okay? So this sounds like a lame one, but it's not for everyone, because meditation just ain't for everyone. And I remember being in a bookstore and some workers picked up a book and they were like, meditation, I don't have time for that. And I'm like, well, you're fucked. No, I mean, like, I was like, well, you can make time for it. You can make time for it, okay? Even if you're, doing anything, like, you could be sitting on the bloody toilet, sitting on the toilet. You could be doing that, or, just like, just taking that moment to reflect. They say that meditation is actually being conscious of, breathing. Um, I say that's bullshit. No, I don't know. Being conscious of the breath. And people are like, oh, I can't meditate because I get so many thoughts. And I'm like, yeah, it's a practice. It's such a practice. I don't know how I've done it. I didn't even consider this because my friend said, like, yeah, with the whole, like, you get thoughts flared up. But I kind of realized that I have been an expert. I've become expert level. No, I'm kidding. I became like, I understood how, I just knew how to meditate, and I understood that you get the thoughts that come to you, but you just have to brush them aside, because we're constantly thinking of things, constantly thinking, and we will get these thoughts. And it's just up to you to choose not to focus on them. It's very, very, very strange. But just don't focus on them. I always focus on what is troubling me when I meditate, and I kind of overcome that. So, there's a thought, like I thought I gave, I say my power, I gave my, power away to, someone else, and I didn't feel strong and I felt weak in who I was, and I didn't feel stable, emotionally. I was like, ugh, I felt horrible, but I did like a practice, and I was just like, okay, right, and I got my power back, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that. I just like, I realized that they had no power over me, like people don't. It's only me, and I'm, I've got my big boy pants on. I'm the one who's walking in, my shoes, and I should be strong in that, and I should be secure in who I am. So that's a really good, way to practice and just try things like that. And if you guys want like a guided meditation, let me know. Just let me know on my Instagram. I don't know if I'm going to do a poll. Lol. Um, I also play chess. This is a weird one. I always say it and I always bring it up. And don't like turn off the podcast right now, but people don't understand how brilliant chess is, and how, you know, in your life it is so bloody brilliant. It is so because I can't explain it, but the people that do play chess, they see it as well. Like life is kind of like a game of chess, and you can be prepared for things. You can see things. Things are gonna knock you down, but it's not just play chess. Actually, I think I put this down because it's like play chess because it's not just play chess. It's like I play video games as well, and with that, you're learning like to find confidence like in these little victories, which is like it's really it's really great. It's really great. Because it's like climbing. It's it's like jumping for that tree branch, hitting it. It's like little victories. Not that your worth is like defined on these little victories, but they do help you see that you are capable of doing things. Okay. So find what you're good at and achieve something in it, even if it's slow. But when you do it, it's like great, and then you can move and go into the next thing. It's like, what's next? Okay, ready for the world. Okay, so I always challenge myself to try, as well as well, challenge myself to try, and that's like the result of self-confidence. You know, just try. If it doesn't work out, that's fine, and I'll come back to golf. Like, I remember I chipped like this bloody. Ah, it was so great. The other day, I like chipped the ball in. It went on the green and was like a centimeter away from yeah, probably a centimeter away from the hole. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. You just try. But I just tried it. I was, sometimes you can doubt yourself. You're like, oh, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. But I always, before I hit the ball, I'm like, I can do this. Like, every time I get that voice, it's like, oh, I can do this. And then I freaking do. And it's like, what? It's sometimes just like, I can't believe it. And it's so funny because the whole atmosphere changes. Like everyone's just like, oh my God, wait, is this ball gonna go in the hole? It's so funny. Um, but challenge yourself is really great. Like, it really is all, especially golf. If anyone's golfers, it's all like in the mind, they say. Um, sure, if you got the ability to hit the ball, great. But there's a whole other mental side to it, and it really does, because when you start doubting yourself, it does have that snowball effect. Um, but I always like, as soon as I'm about to hit the ball, I'm like, I can do this. Like, I get that thought and I stick it. I'm like, fucking, I can do this. And I stop, no, I don't stop my feet. I just do it. And I just go, I can do it. And I do it. I mean, I do it pretty well. Um, but that's another thing. Like, if a ball goes like in the, it just disappears. Like, it comes lost, or just like not. It just doesn't go to the place where I want it to go to. I accept that, and I accept that it wasn't right, or maybe a bit more of a challenge, but that's something that I'm gonna accept and I'm gonna face. And you guys should, I'm talking for you guys, it's like if you got these challenges and it's just like, I'm gonna accept this, I'm gonna face this because this is obviously put in front of me so I can, um, I can deal with it and gain that little bit of confidence, it's great, it's great, leveling up. But that's that's like a really good, it's such a challenge. But they always say if a ball like doesn't go the way you want it to, get it out of your mind because it's all in the mind. And so right, and I've started to do that in life, like when I serve a customer and the route is fine, get them out, serve the next one. It's like focus on the next one. You know, it's so funny. It's so funny. But another thing is to get the people out. Like, I know there are people probably in your life, and there have been in mine, that make you just like the confidence, like they constantly are just so negative towards you. you have a choice whether you want them in your life or not. That's fine. Surround yourself with loving people only. And I know it's hard. Some people are like, they're fighters. They'll get into your life and they'll be a negative cunt. But, you know, surround yourself with loving people. The people that see you for who you are. People that, just are so accepting of you. That's a really great way to start, because then you'll start seeing it. You don't need these people that are horrible and negative in your life. You don't need them. Okay? Start to surround yourself with these people. Okay? 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 Accept the things that aren't right for you and the things that aren't meant to be. And there's a reason why things don't work out. Like, you can get stressed. When that happens, don't worry. There's something else. There's something else out there for you. The world is such a big place, you guys, and there's so many things to do. Don't ever give up on what it is that you want to do or who you are, okay? So I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. You guys have been great. Thanks for listening. Follow me on Instagram, and there might be some more updates in the future about some stuff. I don't know. I should know. Yeah, there will be, guys. So hang tight for that. So this has been the Coastline Podcast. I've been Summer Clark, and thank you so much for listening.